What if I told you the people smiling at your success could secretly be praying for your downfall? What if I told you jealousy doesn't just destroy relationships? It destroys the person who carries it. And what if I told you the most dangerous person in your life isn't the one who hates you openly? It's the one who envies you silently. Have you ever noticed that some people become distant the moment your life starts improving? You buy your first car. They become silent. You earn a promotion. They stop celebrating with you. You begin chasing your dreams. Suddenly they criticize everything you do. Why? Because success has a strange effect on insecure minds. It doesn't just reveal your progress. It exposes their hidden dissatisfaction. The Italian philosopher and political strategist Niccolò Machiavelli observed that people often become hostile toward those who rise in influence and success. When someone begins to stand out, admiration and envy frequently appear together. This is one of the oldest patterns in human history. People don't always hate you because you've done something wrong. Sometimes, they hate the mirror your success places in front of them. Psychologist Carl Jung believed that people often project onto others the parts of themselves they refuse to face. An insecure person may call you arrogant, not because you are, but because your confidence reminds them of the confidence they wish they had. A lazy person may mock your discipline, because every early morning you wake up reminds them of the mornings they chose comfort. This is called projection, and once you understand it, you'll stop taking every criticism personally. Imagine two friends graduating from university on the same day. One starts a small business. The other spends years complaining that life is unfair. 5 years later, the entrepreneur buys a house. Instead of asking, "What can I learn from my friend?" the second person begins saying, "He was just lucky." Nothing changed except one decision. One chose growth. The other chose comparison. That is where jealousy is born. Psychologists call this social comparison. We naturally compare ourselves with others. But comparison becomes dangerous when another person's success feels like proof of our own failure. The truth is, someone else's victory does not steal yours. Life is not a competition with only one winner. There is enough opportunity for those willing to prepare for it. Before we continue, I want you to make a promise to yourself. Go to the comment section and write, "I choose growth over jealousy," and write this second affirmation. I will not be jealous of my neighbor. Every time you choose inspiration instead of envy, you become stronger than the emotion that destroys so many lives. Have you ever wondered why the people who envy you seem to know everything about your life? They notice your new opportunities. They notice your achievements. They notice every mistake you make. It almost feels as if they're studying you. And, in many cases, they are. The German philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer once wrote that envy is one of the most painful human emotions because it constantly compares our lives with those of others. The jealous person rarely finds peace. Instead of asking, "How can I become better?" their mind asks, "Why are they doing better than me?" That single question slowly steals their happiness, because every success they witness becomes another reminder of what they haven't achieved. Friedrich Nietzsche believed that resentment grows when people feel powerless to change their own lives. Instead of improving themselves, they begin attacking those who remind them of what they could become. Think about it. It's much easier to criticize someone who spends years building a business. than to spend years building one yourself. It's easier to mock discipline than to become disciplined. It's easier to spread rumors than to develop character. Envy always looks for shortcuts. Growth never does. Modern psychology supports this idea. Researchers have found that people who constantly compare themselves to others often experience lower self-esteem, more dissatisfaction, and greater emotional distress. Comparison becomes a trap. The more they watch your journey, the less time they spend building their own. That's why jealous people often know your life better than they know themselves. They've invested their attention in your story instead of writing their own. Imagine two coworkers receiving the same opportunity. One says, "Congratulations, teach me how you prepared for this." The other says, "The boss must have favorites." One response creates wisdom. The other creates bitterness. Your future is often determined by which response becomes your habit. Before we move to the final lesson, I want you to strengthen your mindset. Go to the comments section and write these affirmations. Another person's success does not diminish my own. And write this one too. I focus on becoming better every day. Every affirmation is a decision to replace comparison with growth, to replace resentment with discipline, and to become the kind of person who celebrates success instead of fearing it. By now, you've learned an important truth. Jealousy is not created by your success. It is created by another person's response to your success. That means you are not responsible for how others feel about your growth. You are only responsible for continuing to grow. The greatest mistake you can make is allowing jealous people to slow you down. Some people will tell you to dream smaller, to stay quiet, to stop standing out. Not because it's good for you, but because it makes them feel comfortable. Never shrink your potential just to fit inside someone else's comfort zone. History has never remembered those who hid their light. It remembers those who had the courage to shine despite criticism. Psychologist Abraham Maslow, known for his work on human potential, believed that people naturally strive toward becoming the best version of themselves. But he also recognized that fear and insecurity often keep people from pursuing that growth. When someone chooses comfort over growth, they may begin to resent those who continue climbing. That's why your progress can unintentionally challenge people who have stopped believing in themselves. But remember, their reaction is not your responsibility. Think about a tree growing in a forest. The taller it becomes, the more wind it faces, the more attention it attracts. Yet it never apologizes for growing. It simply continues reaching toward the sunlight. Your life should be no different. Every challenge, every criticism, every jealous comment can become another reason to grow stronger instead of smaller. The people who truly succeed are not the ones who never face envy. They are the ones who refuse to let envy change who they are. They stay humble. They stay disciplined. They celebrate other people's victories. And they understand that someone else's success is proof that success is possible, not that it has been taken away from them. That mindset creates peace, and peace creates focus. Focus creates progress. Progress creates the life you've always wanted. Before this video ends, I want you to make one final commitment to yourself. Go to the comments section and write these affirmations. I celebrate the success of others because my time will come. And also write, my future is built by discipline, not by comparison. When you write those words, don't write them for me. Write them as a promise to yourself. Because every great life begins with a decision to stop comparing, to stop resenting, and to start becoming. If this video changed the way you think, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss another lesson on psychology, human behavior, and self-mastery. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, the people who spend their lives watching others rarely become extraordinary, but the people who master their own minds become impossible to ignore. I'll see you in the next lesson.